Hello, guys. Welcome back to Christianity Reloaded. Today we are looking at Islam. We are asking the question: what is the new stuff that Islam brings, or their Prophet Muhammad bring? And another thing we're going to look at is why is it that some Muslims that have this habit of saying that the Quran came to correct the Bible, to correct some mistakes in the Bible. And I see them often saying this, oh, the Quran is correcting the Bible. And I think I've done some video about this, but today we're going to go into deep. This is because if you're going to correct something, if somebody write a book, for instance, in Africa, and you bring another book in China and say you're correcting somebody in Africa, nobody will believe you. This is not credible. If you're gonna correct somebody, you have to be there to correct the person, not to just write something and throw it to Africa and say, "Oh, you are correcting this thing in Africa." You know what I mean? But let's circle back to what is the new stuff that the Islam brings, or their prophet brings. Is there anything new that they brings? Because when you look at Islam and their book, I believe most of them will agree that it's revelation. Because revelation means you are bringing something new. Because when you look at even the Christianity, you see that each prophet have something new to add, and still maintaining the previous prophet. You know what I mean? You can see numerous examples like Jesus Christ. He had brought a lot of new stuff, But when we're looking at Islam, you see nothing new that he brought. The only thing you can see that he brought is that he merged religion with politics, with political power. That's what that's the only new thing he brought. Because when he talk about, because they will point out, we believe in one God. One God had been preached before Islam. You know what I mean? It had been preached long time ago. And he talk about how the world was created. You know what I mean? I don't know why even Muhammad have to repeat how the world was created, because it has always been there. Somebody can equally say, look, yeah, this stuff you're saying, and I believe the people during his own time have challenged him and said, look, this stuff you're telling us is not new. People have been saying this because it's not new that creation of the world, the story is in the Bible already. Even the end time, the end of the world, the story is in there. But what he does is embellishes all the stories and take it in a different dimension. But this is not new. I think if you're looking, if you say you're going to be a prophet, a final prophet, what is that new stuff that you brought? And we can see it. And I want any Muslim to prove me wrong and give me some new stuff he brought. Can see? I didn't see anything. The only thing new stuff I see is imagine religion with politics. That's why some countries will say that they are Islamic Republic of that. But you cannot see country in Christianity that will say we are Christianity Republic of this. You know what I mean? That's the only new stuff I see. So let's circle back out. Let's circle back to correction. Some Muslim claims, because this is a claim. You know what I mean? It's not fact. He said that the Quran is correcting the Bible. And if you're going to correct somebody and you wait for 500 years or 600 years, or let's say even 700 years to make that correction, you keep people in ignorance. Because if you're making correction, it means that there's something wrong there. You are correcting something that is deficient, or there's something wrong. And if you're going to stay for 600 years, because we know that the Bible is even more than, let's say that they are correcting only the New Testament. But we know that when they say Bible, even the Old Testament, which some of them have been, the story have been there for 1,000 something years. And you wait for 1,000 something years to make this correction. And you say that this revelation is coming from God. That God is a dumb God. if he's gonna wait for 500 years for correction. Because why do you allow stuff like that to keep going on until why did you make sure that there won't be any correction? If you are God, the only thing you can correct is human stuff, but if something like God, you can correct it. Like now, because somebody corrected day and night, like say, oh, look, this day and night is need correction. We need to remove it, or remove night and just have days. You know what I mean? You can't do that because God already put it there. You can't change it. The same thing with if God have to wait for that years. This, you see, stuff like this is this comes when Muslims make this kind of claim that doesn't hold water when you examine it, and it makes you wonder if they're making this false claim. It means that their entire religion is false. That's what it is. Because you can't make this, you can't just say you're correcting somebody and you wait for this year. And you're correcting somebody, you're not even there to correct it, because in Arabia is different from where the Bible was written, the location. If you're going to correct somebody, you have to be there. If a teacher wants to correct a student, you have to be his student. That's you're going to correct. You can't correct somebody that in a different school. You know what I mean? Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our video. Peace.